Hello, hello. All right. Okay, I think we're just about ready to get started. I'm just finishing up setting up my Blender workspace. I'm gonna make a collection for each evolution. Jolteon, Vaporeon, Flareon. Umbreon, Espeon, Leafeon, Glaceon, and we'll have Sylveon too. Sylveon. Cool. Okay. So I think my workspace is all set up. Now I will have nothing left to do but to spin the wheel and see what I need to model first. All right. This is a challenge, by the way, to 3D model 100 Eevee evolutions, and I thought of the challenge myself. Just thought it might be something fun to stream and something that might help me improve my 3D skills. And I love Pokemon, so I don't know, it just seemed like a fun thing to do. And let's see how far I get. So we're gonna go ahead and spin the wheel to see which one I'll start with. I don't want to model Sylveon to start with for sure, because she seems like the hardest one to model. The second hardest one seems like Vaporeon, but I love Vaporeon, so I wouldn't be upset about that. I'm hoping to get maybe Umbreon or Flareon. I guess those seem like they might be on the easier side, so let's see what I get. Looking like one of the original three, and it'll be Jolteon, which is actually one of my favorite Pokemon, so that's cool to start with Jolteon. Hello, Spirit. Nice to have you in the stream. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm just getting started on the challenge right now, so I will be modeling Jolteon to start. Okay, let's start with a cube. And I'm going to try to make the Pokemon the right size, which means I think they're all about 1 meter tall or close to that. So we'll attempt that. I don't know if I should explain like what I'm doing on the technical side, or if it'd be nice to just like chill and watch. I don't know. So each one of these squares the larger square is a meter. So that's about how high the Jolteon should be. I'm just gonna like try to block out the body. The thing I'm excited for in this challenge is like how my attempts at tackling each Pokemon like change as I go forward and, you know, decide what is most efficient, what works best for modeling the Pokemon. I kind of want to keep it a low poly feel just because that's easier, and also I just like how it looks. Spirit says, just got done with the fourth party star. Oh, with a fourth party star, got to meet other doggies and humans and got pets. That's really nice. That sounds fun. Okay, so like a 4th of July party. Okay, yeah, I get it now. I was having trouble parsing that sentence. That's really cool. I mean, if I go to a party, I just want to like interact with the animals and not the people. So I would definitely be one of the people giving pets to Star if that was allowed. I'm not really doing anything for the 4th of July. I'm not a big like fireworks person. Or like a crowds person. So because I live in an area where fireworks are not legal to just pop on your own, you have to like go to a park or other place to enjoy the fireworks. And I don't know, it's just not my favorite thing to do. So I'm here streaming instead. Yeah. Yeah, I've never had a lab. I've had a German Shepherd. But I hear labs are really nice dogs to have. Okay, so I hope this Jolteon can come into being without too much difficulty. I think we're sort of getting somewhere. I'm like kind of warming up, maybe. So I don't know exactly how I want to tackle this yet. But I don't know, it's just kind of a low pressure challenge for me right now. I think I should do this, yeah. Right now, Jolteon is very stocky, which Jolteon kind of is. It's a bit stocky. Oh, that's nice to hear about Star. She's a good doggy sister then. It's always so nice when pets are like friendly to the other pets. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're a bit jealous or whatever. There could be fights, but it's always nice when they get along. Okay. Like how that foot shape kind of turned out. I know we have a long way to go. It's fine. This is the first one. It's gonna look bad. But I think, let's see. I need to be looking at my Jolteon reference images more than I am. So I don't think I've ever streamed Blender on YouTube before. I think I've only done maybe one other art stream, which was not a 3D stream, I don't think. And then I did some gaming streams on YouTube. Trying to select both of those vertices. There we go. Why am I having trouble selecting multiple? Oh, it's because I didn't have X-ray mode turned on. That's my bad. These buttons up here, I hope you can see that, where my cursor is. Those are what control the view and X-ray and how you're viewing it. Okay, so what's fun with Jolteon is her butt is covered by spikes. So I don't really need to shape her butt very well. But I need to shape it a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with the chunky, blocky look, I think, for now. It's definitely too chunky, but we're adjusting. Sadie is a Pomeranian, so spirit. If she was an Eevee, she'd be a Fluffion. So a Flareon, basically, is what you're telling me. That's definitely the fluffiest, right? Flareons would be so nice to hug, probably, but I don't really know their, like, lore. Do they burn you if they don't like you or something? Okay, we're getting the basic shape there, which is good. How far back do I want the body to go? Maybe like that. I also want the hind legs to be bent more like this, yeah. Hello T, welcome to the stream. Floofiest, yes. We love floofy animals, floofy things. We have a really fluffy, short-haired cat. Her name is Winnie. She's very soft. And yeah, animals are the best. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll add the ears and then start building out the spikes just to see what actual work we need to do on the body, because I don't want to spend a lot of time refining the body and then it all gets covered up by the spikes. Yeah, so ears. What face do we build the ears off of? Maybe this side one right here. No, that's not how I want to do that. The fun thing about 3D is there are so many different ways to achieve a good looking result. Like, you could take many paths to the same result. And my personal favorite path is when things just look ridiculous the whole time until the very end. When things just look bad, like hopeless. And everyone is just shocked that you're creating such a monstrosity. And then at the very end, you're like, psych, I knew what I was doing all along. That's my favorite way to create stuff in 3D. Okay, so Jolteon's ears should probably go back like this. Yeah. And when you're working in 3D, you always gotta spin around frequently. Make sure you're not messing something up from a side you can't see. I think the shape is coming along okay. Yeah, so Jolteon's my favorite evolution because I'm an electric person. Electric is my favorite type. Probably because I was brainwashed at a young age by the Pokemon anime to like Pikachu. So yeah, my favorite type has always been electric. I don't think it's ever changed. And I've always really loved the evolutions. I think probably for a while Umbreon was my favorite one. Spirit says, tell me about it. It's even harder when you're doing animation with movement. Ugh, that is hard. Yeah, so do you animate in 3D? Because sometimes I try and it is not good when I do it. It is not good. T says, mine too, but I dislike Pikachu. Your favorite is electric too? Yeah, Team Electric. I have a decal on my car that is the Team Instinct Zapdos. Team Instinct from Pokemon Go. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm okay with this shape for now. I want to go ahead and add the spikes and see what happens. And I feel like these spikes on Jolteon are going to be deceptively easy. Is that the right way to say it? Like, you think it's going to be easy, but it's not. Like, I don't think this is going to go well. But we're going to give it our gosh darndest try right now. Let me move the 3D cursor closer to where I want the spikes. Okay. So I could like make some triangles and then array them in a circle. I don't think I want to do that. Or do I? I think I'll just build them out manually. Seems the safest. I'm gonna add just a plain. And we're gonna, oh no, there's an ad in the music.
Proven natural nutrition is helping support Charlie's strong immune system and Ginger's healthy heart.
Don't do that, YouTube. There we go. I thought there might be ads in this video for music, for background music, but I looked and it didn't seem like there were any, so I thought it was safe, but I was fooled. Spirit says, I spent some time doing animation. It's fun and challenging, but after God of War Ragnarok, I was all like, I want my mommy. Yeah, animation is extremely hard. It's okay. I feel like the thing with animation is it's so time consuming that it's just hard to get good at it because it just takes forever to make any progress on it. So it takes a while to get that practice and experience and expertise and all that. Okay, so I'm gonna add a mirror, and I'm gonna just like make a collar around. This should be fun to make this Jolteon. I'm glad this was the first one. And then I want to make sure that we have enough spikes. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jolteon maybe has like 16-ish. Well, some are big, some are small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, like 16, 18-ish spikes around the neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Just add a few more, cuts. Should have X-ray on for this. Now I'm just gonna make some spikes. I think it would probably be okay to make triangles here. Like that. It's probably fine. Let's see. So for reference, I have the official 3D Jolteon model, like the official Nintendo model. And then I also have the 2D Sugimori drawings, which is very useful to have both of these. I'm now realizing I need to bring the collar up higher on the neck. It's not a collar, it's a mane of pure electricity. I'm also gonna add some placeholder materials. Jolteon mane, so that I can kind of see the difference between the meshes. Spirit says collision detection is easy, but when you have to keyframe every single line of code to get things to make fast action games, it is a nightmare. Oh gosh, I barely even know what you're talking about. So yeah, that does sound complicated. This one will be Jolteon fur. It'll be yellow. Awesome. Okay, this is coming along. The fun part also of this challenge will be me deciding like how good I want to make it look, or just like how quickly I want to get it done. You know what I mean? Okay, something like this. I recently took an online Blender course by somebody in the animation industry who, was a modeler, 3D modeler. And the one takeaway I learned was it's really okay and it's really good to be perfectionistic with every single individual vertice. So that might be what I do. Although I do want to go somewhat fast to, have a chance of finishing this challenge. Let's see, how does the main go back here? like this. Merge at center. Merge at center. See, from the side, the mane goes back like half the body almost. She is a very spiky dog. Not floofy. I wouldn't say she's floofy. She's spiky. Spirit says, for example, a Pokemon game, you headbutt an Eevee at fast speed, actual fast speed, you have to keyframe for those frames so hit detection can get it all. Yeah, I don't know about animation. It's just so hard. I hear some fireworks. The first ones, I think, of the evening. We're kind of lucky that we don't have animals that are too frightened of the fireworks. We used to have, like my German Shepherd, she was pretty terrified of fireworks, so that was not her favorite holiday, 4th of July. Okay. Okay, this is looking fine. My issue sometimes when I draw or 3D model or whatever is I sometimes go too small in like proportions. I'll just not be bold enough, I guess, and the proportions don't turn out right. Yeah. Yes, it's still July 4th. It's only 8:30 p.m. on July 4th where I am. I did have a good day, thank you. I had mostly just a relaxing game, had some family over, ate a really good lunch, burgers that my dad made, and it was good. Okay, so this Jolteon is kind of coming along. Right now I'm taking a second to think about the future and whether or not I'm going to rig the Jolteon to like move, to pose it. I think I will. So since I'm gonna do that, I need to be a little bit mindful of how I build the model, or else it's gonna look really bad. I think it's gonna look bad regardless, but I'm just preparing myself for that now. Spirit says German Shepherds are smart. It's only when they actually start speaking German that's when they prove they're a people pleaser. Yeah. Yeah. My German Shepherd was my service dog, actually, and she was trained professionally, and she could do stuff like help me open doors or hit a light switch, or if I dropped my pencil on the ground, she could pick it up for me. She was amazing. She was a really great dog. She passed away, goodness, probably 10 years ago or something. It's been a while. Okay, I'm gonna add the inner ear color because that's just bothering me that there's no dark, oops, I clicked away. There's no darker color on the Jolteon ear. Jolteon ear. So it's like purple, but there's some black too. Oh, I didn't assign it. There we go. some black too. I don't know when I'm gonna add the black, but for now, there's the purple. He says, sad that most animals don't live as long as us. It would be great to have a lifelong furry friend. Yes, I know, that's the sad part. And it almost like breaks your heart so much that you don't want to get another animal, another pet, but they're worth it. All the years of love are worth it. I've always had pets my whole life. Couldn't imagine life without them. Okay, I'm trying to decide how I want to add the butt spikes. I guess for now I'll just do it as a separate object, and if I need to I can join it. Let me name my objects Jolteon body and Jolteon mane. Now we'll add the butt spikes. Okay. I need to check my face orientation soon to make sure they're all facing the right way. I can do that now. Yeah, hooray, it worked. Butt spikes, yes. Spirit says, my coworker's book never got published, but it was so good. It's called Immortal. It's about a dog who lives twice as long as a human. Wow. I read a book when I was younger. I have no idea what it was called. But it was about a dog who just so happened to live a life where he kind of either outlived or like moved on from different owners, and he had like 4 or 5 different owners and kind of went through his journey. It's kind of interesting to see, the dog, in a manner of speaking, outlive the human. Butt spikes, the best part of Jolteon is her butt spikes. Like, you can fight me on that. There's no debating. Mirror across the body. Let's make them yellow. Jolteon fur. All right. Okay, look at this. I'm like a little bit overjoyed right now because I didn't think my first model would look this acceptable. Thought it would look much more suspect. I do want to make the spikes spikier though, definitely. But before I do, let me just make sure proportions are correct. Probably they should go out and be a bit bigger like this, maybe. This is gonna be a nightmare to rig, I think. Jolteon is nothing without the butt spikes, says T. Yeah. Yes. But I think what makes the design look really good is some of the spikes are tiny, like this one, and then some are huge. That's just a artistic principle, isn't it? To vary the sizes of details in that kind of manner. They're looking pretty good. How do I want to do this part? 3D art is all about decision making. And if you make the wrong decision, you will be punished. Well, I hope you guys can't hear the fireworks out there. I think that'd be kind of annoying if it was picked up by my microphone. It would be maybe smart of me to get the official 3D model and spin it around in 3D just so I could see exactly how the butt spikes flare out at the top. But that sounds like a lot of work. So I'm not going to do that. Yes, you will be punished. Oh my gosh, the number of times I've decided to try this new technique, or not even really decided to try it, but like been forced to try it because I don't know what to do. So I try it and I spend a lot of time like trying to get it right, and then I realize it was just the total wrong way to go about it. That's happened a lot in 3D. Okay, so we got mane, we got butt spikes. I think those are looking good. Let's try the eyes and nose. And then after that, maybe we'll work on getting the body more detailed, perhaps. Okay. Now here's the tough part. When it comes to modeling Pokemon. And it's, do I just draw the eyes on like a 2D texture, just paint them onto Jolteon? Or do I actually add some type of spherical object to function as the eye? I think even the like real 3D models have the texture painted on, I think. So since the pros do it that way, that's probably how I should do it. Although I'm not practiced at doing that. I'm only practiced at modeling physical eyeballs. So this will take some doing. Spirit says, if I was sentenced to death, I would choose Snuggled to Death by Jolteons. At least it would be quick. That's really funny and horrible. Oh, yeah. That might be... It depends what your other options are, I guess. But that might be the best one, yeah. Okay, I'm trying to do the snout. This snout is looking completely wrong. All right, what I might need to do is just take a breather. And then I might need to draw it as an annotation. And then just match it up. T says, pretty sure it changes from game to game. It's not even consistent how the butt spikes look between games. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's probably good to have more information to go on by like looking at the official 3D model. I'm not certain, but do they keep just like reusing the same 3D model for all the Pokemon and they just like slightly update them? Like I know obviously the 2D sprites, they just redid them every generation. But for the 3D models, did they just keep using the same ones? I want to say they do just reuse them, but I don't know for sure. Okay, this is looking slightly better, but not great. I admit. Slightly better, but not great. But kind of cute, you know, kind of cute. Okay, from the side, this part is a lot more flat, I think. Yeah, that's looking a bit better. Spirit says, hey, in retrospect, at least it's not being yeeted into a giant dumpster filled with cacti. I mean, the Jolteons are pretty similar to cacti. I don't know, might be kind of similar. I think I might need to solidify the mane. Just a little bit. Here we go. Does that look good? I think it does. Yeah, I think that gives it some solidity. Okay, this snout looks abysmal. I think this part is part of what's... Okay, I know what's messing me up here. I know. It's the fact that Jolteon has the cheek spikes, and I haven't added those, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of fumbling around. T says Jolteon was also modeled for Super Smash Bros. Unless I am mistaken. Right, I'm pretty sure. Jolteon, why are you not cooperating with me? Getting tickled to death by 50 clowns as a form of execution. Gosh, your mind is twisted. Okay, well, things might improve right here, right now, if I just shade auto smooth. Well, I'm not sure how much it improved. The snout looks very pig-ish. For sure. It's kind of cute though, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add the eyes and the nose, and then I'll see what I need to do about the shape of the face. I think. You know what? I think no. I know what's wrong. The snout isn't snouting, you know, it needs to be rounder. Just adding that vertice kind of helped a lot, I think. Yeah, that really did something, I think. Okay, so in order to paint the face, we're gonna need to do a little bit of UV work. But I also want to paint the paws. I want to paint the paws and the face. So should I UV unwrap it right now? Could be an issue if I UV unwrap and then decide I need to heavily edit the model. I should probably just finish the model first. Do you guys know what I'm talking about, UV unwrapping? Y'all are experts too, so you probably know. But for those who don't know, it's basically just like laying out the faces of the 3D model in 2D space and determining how they are laid out so that you can do stuff with image files and paint on them and stuff like that. Okay, so I want to I do like how chunky the legs look. I'll just add like a few loop cuts for the areas that are supposed to bend. Because if we rig it, we're gonna want that extra bendable ability. T says, I'm clueless, only 2D stuff for me. Yeah, 3D is a whole new wide world adventure. And when I was younger, I really did not like the idea of 3D or working in 3D. You know, it might have been the fact that I didn't really like 3D animated movies compared to the 2D movies that I really enjoyed. I just kind of thought 3D looked stupid. I don't think it does. I don't have that opinion now, but back then I did kind of think it looked stupid. So, yeah, I didn't have any interest in 3D until a couple years ago, and I'm 30, so. Spirit says, question, if Clifford has the zoomies, what would that be like? T says, a natural disaster. Yeah, we'd have another Grand Canyon, I think. All right, I like these really beefy front shoulder leg area on the Jolteon, but I think it's a little too extreme. Just bring it in a bit. Okay, I think I'm almost done with getting the body modeled. I think. All right, we could try UV unwrapping now. Wait, let me just make these ears not so thin. They're like gonna give you a paper cut if you touch them. I'm also not going to be wrapping. They apply the mirror modifier. Before people do UV work, they apply the mirror modifier and just make it so that all the vertices on the other side get locked in, I guess, you know, and they no longer copy each other. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna forge forward and see what happens. So I'm gonna add a few seams, portions of the mesh, like where it's okay to slice it up, basically. So you want to put the seams out of sight if you can, or in this scenario where we're not doing any like texture or pattern that repeats and needs to like be a complex like texture on the model. It doesn't really matter where we put the seams. It really doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna kind of place them where it feels right. Let's see, edge mark seam. Okay. Let's do one on the back leg too. edge, mark seam. And then this goes down to here, and then all the way around the bottom of the foot. That's how I would like to slice it up. Mark seam. I think that'll, no, the ear. I need to slice the ear up. I need to slice the ear up. I feel like Dr. Frankenstein or something. Working in 3D is very disturbing and creepy, I think. You always like get clipping errors as you work, and so you see like the model with you know, like you can see into the middle of the head of the model. You can see their eyeballs popping out weirdly and stuff like that. It's a very creepy thing to do. So let's see how this unwraps now. We'll just go to the UV window. And we will unwrap. Unwrap. What happened? UV. Unwrap. What am I doing wrong? What have I done wrong here? UV. Smart UV project. That didn't do anything either. Well, of course, every time I do this, it works, and then when I'm streaming, it doesn't. There's probably some small thing that I haven't taken into account. And that's why it's doing this. Jolteon is being stubborn. Yeah. UV. I mean, these are the faces. Yeah, the faces are showing up. It's just not unwrapping. I wonder if this has something to do with the new Blender version. Oh, there, it worked in like a different mode. I did project from view and it worked, so that's not the one I want. I just want regular. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I don't know why doing it on this side of the screen worked and it didn't work on that side of the screen. I'm sure when I get older and wiser, I'll know, but right now I'm just happy it worked. Okay, so here is the 2D version of the 3D mesh. It looks, I'm sure this is the ear right here because it looks just messed up. Let's check. Yep, that's the ear. I think this version of Blender has a new like packing algorithm. Let's see if I can do that. I want to see. Is it pack islands? Okay. So it just kind of fits it for you in the most optimal usage of space. All right. So that should be good. And then now that we've unwrapped it, we can paint on it, but I want to set that up first in the shader editor. And we want to edit Jolteon fur. All right, let me think for a second. I don't think I want to reuse materials between models. I could, that would speed up the process, but since I'm going to be doing stuff like painting on the models, they probably need their own materials, I would think. I'm just trying to figure out if I need to like keep that in mind. So for now, I'm going to title this material 001 Jolteon fur. That means it's the fur for the number 1 Jolteon, I guess. All right, we're going to add a... Is this faster to do it like this? Basically, yeah, this is the fastest way to do it. Jolteon fur base color. How big do we want it? Probably twice this size. Let's make our pile super big. We won't regret it later. Color. I do want it to be transparent. So I think doing it like that is correct. Okay, so she's gone. She's transparent. She's transparent now. Let's see, how do I paint on a transparent? I guess I can do it like this. Okay, are her eyes purple? Yes. They're slightly black, purple. Okay, I know what I need to do. I need to go back to this and connect these nodes differently. It would make it easier to paint so that I'm painting on the yellow of the fur instead of that black. So what I want to do is mix color. The alpha will be the factor. You can probably barely see that. Maybe you can see that a little bit better. Spirit is leaving. Bye, Spirit. Hope you had a good time. Enjoy work tomorrow. This should work. Oops. Connected it to the wrong socket there. All right, let's see if this works. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Okay. So the eye is kind of low. Whoa, what is going on? Why is it like... Why is it strange? What's going on here? Probably have a weird setting here. Linear, cubic, smart. Closest? What is good? Also, whatever I'm painting on the face is showing up on the butt. That's so funny. I'm just gonna leave that for now. Why are you being weird, Jolteon? Smart. Strange. Very strange. Do I have this backwards? Yes, I had it backwards. Okay. 3D is hard. 3D is very hard. Okay, now we can do this, I think. All right, here we go. Let's get the shape right. Well, more importantly, we need to get the placement right. It needs to look good from the side and from the front. So probably we want the eye to come back more. And then does that look okay? The fun part about painting in 3D, it's not like painting in 2D. You don't just paint, you also have the ability to paint and then like move the vertices of the model around afterward. And it's kind of like a tandem sort of thing. Like I could paint the shape totally perfectly on the face right here, but if I don't have the vertices in the right spot, it's not gonna look right because the shape of the head isn't right. You know what I mean? And then it takes like a degree of expertise to figure out if the problem is you're like painting or if the problem is the model. And you might need to go back to the model and fix it. If I were spending a lot of time on this and if I were more experienced, I don't think it would be normal to like go back to the model and adjust the model afterward when you start painting. I don't think that's the norm. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta do it. You gotta go back and fix your mistakes. I am gonna add this purple to my color palette though. "3D is hard," says T. Yes. 3D is hard. I remember the first time I downloaded Blender and I saw the workspace and I saw all the options. I felt so intimidated. It's like crazy how many things are. When I learned like in order to paint on the model, you have to like, you know, create a texture and, you know, pick base color and, you know, get all these parameters right. And I didn't even know back then that there were like 12 different ways to do that. It was just overwhelming to me. It didn't seem like it should be that hard. But now that I've worked in 3D so much, I understand why it is this way. It has to be this way, I guess. Or, you know, maybe not has to be, but there's a reason why it's this way. And it's a good reason. My favorite part of painting an eye is adding the shiny. That brings life to the model. Aww. Isn't this a cute Jolteon? I feel like she doesn't look quite right from the front, so therefore I'm gonna try to adjust the model in a second. I am using a controversial, not controversial, that's not the right word. I meant to say like controversial to me. Like, I don't know if this is a good idea, but I am using a controversial method of painting this texture by asking Blender to save the image file, like embed it into the Blender file. And I don't know if it's gonna work. It might just get deleted soon, so I don't know. T says, cute. Thank you, T. I agree. She is looking cute. And she's getting close to done, so, you know, I might make all 100 tonight. I don't know. Should this nose be bigger? She does have a tiny nose. But maybe it's too tiny right now. Oh my goodness, I was muted. Sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know. I had to mute it momentarily and I forgot to unmute it. I was on a long spiel too about hotkeys and texture painting, but maybe I'll save that for when it comes up again. It's relevant again. Okay, Jolteon needs her cheek spikes to look complete. So that is what I'll work on next. Oh, and I look at this. There's a tiny little eye on the tail because I use the same texture for the tail as the face and body. You can also see tiny little toes drawn in right here. So I need to fix that. And it's fixed. It's just butt makeup, says T. Yes, butt makeup. All right, this is looking good. This is looking good to me. It's just taking entirely too long. The neck also seems really, what's the word? Skinny? Let me try to fix that. Looks a little bit better. Okay. Cheek spikes. Yes, almost as important as butt spikes. Okay. We didn't name the butt spikes either, but spikes. Now we're going to add a new plane. Call it cheek spikes. And give it the texture with no eyes on it. Or else she'll have 4 eyes on her face. It's probably not what you want. Let me just hurry up here so we can get to another evolution, eh? We don't want to just spend all night on Jolteon. How many cheek spikes do you have, Jolteon? The 3D model, the official 3D model, has like 3. Maybe a bit more. But the drawing has 1 million, so I can just pick whatever I want, I guess. We need to see a Flareon at some point. I know. We need to see all of them at some point. Unless we just never spin Sylveon on the wheel. And I would be fine with that. I would be totally okay if by some random stroke of luck we never got Sylveon. And we just never had to model Sylveon. T says he would be fine with that too, yeah. Mirror. Okay. Cheeky boy, cheeky girl here. I mean, I don't have anything against Sylveon, don't get me wrong. It's just she seems to have a lot of details on her design, and I think I would, have a rough time modeling all of that. For sure. Okay. These cheek spikes are too cute for me. Look at them. Aw. She is a good doggy. Okay, I'm gonna go adjust the textures a little bit. We could kind of make the mane a little bit shiny. Is Jolteon's mane supposed to be... No, it shouldn't look plasticky. What if we made it metallic? Whoa, okay, no, that looks cool as heck. But I don't think this is right. Jolteon is not a steel type. I don't think this is quite right. Okay, so not plastic, not metal, just somewhere more matte, I guess, is what's gonna work here. Okay, I'm wondering if, is her head too small? I feel like her head is too small. Let's fix that. Really easy to mess this part up, by the way. Really easy. Part of the fun in 3D is just doing stuff like this. Just totally doing what is wrong. Okay, let's see. Next up, Steel Terra Jolteon, yeah. Okay, is that... I think that's a better sized head. Possibly. We don't care. We just want to move on. We just want to move on to the next one. Okay. Let me go ahead and try to add a skeleton to this girl. Come on, wait, hold on. The bottom of her neck is kind of making a butt shape. Do you see that? I need to fix that. Hold on, that's not dignified. That's not dignified for our girl here. Okay, that might be better. Perfect. Turning cheek spikes into more butt spikes, says T. What do you mean? Although I do need to work on these cheek spikes. I think they're not spiky enough. Is that good? I'm gonna add some thickness to the butt spikes and to the cheek spikes. Let's see, apply the mirror. Apply the mirror. I'm gonna go, as they say, full send on this and just apply all the modifiers and go toward destructive editing, you know? And hopefully get this done faster. Let's see, solidify, adding just a little bit of thickness to the spikes. I think looks good. Maybe. It looks chunky, but that's fine. She's Jolteon. She can look as chunky as she wants, right? Oh, crap. I just noticed I was editing without regard to the fact that I destructively edited. Let's see, I think I can do this. No. Do this. No. Oh well, we'll just leave it. We're good. She looks fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna join up all the geometry. Just join it all up. Now it's just a single object. And how do we want to pose her for our very first... Hold on, something went wrong when I joined these. How do we want to pose her? Because depending how we want to pose her, I would give her a different skeleton. I don't think we need to do anything crazy. Maybe just like slightly lift one leg and turn her head or something like that. So let's get started. Also, I'm going to retitle the object 001 Jolteon. Now I'm going to add an armature. Head up for sure. Okay, that's a good idea. Head up. Leg lifted, something like that. Okay, so here is the skeleton, first bone of the skeleton. And there's a setting I need to turn on. I think it's, darn it, what is it? Viewport display. In front wire. Okay, that should allow us to view the skeleton through the mesh. And I don't know if we want to like name the bones and make it like really easy to edit and work with, or just go fast and they're all going to be called like bone number 23. I think I'll just try going fast, and then if I regret it later, well, I'm going to regret it later, and we'll figure out what to do at that point. Here is the shoulder. Shoulder should bend here. I had a little bit of forethought, and I pulled up a canine skeleton diagram so that I can get the bones kind of right. I used to draw canines all the time back when I was a teenager. So I wouldn't have needed a diagram. I could have just done it. But I don't know, I don't really draw them anymore. I draw humans, ugh. Here's a little trick for editing these back bones without the front bones interfering. You can just set the clipping distance higher for the viewport, and then it's not in the way anymore. Although it looks very creepy. 3D is very creepy all the time. Okay, we got legs, we got spine. Now we need neck and head and ears. Should the head bone like face straight up? I don't even know. I honestly don't even know if it matters what orientation the head bone is in. What happened? Try that again. It didn't seem to work. Okay. The ear should be over here. T says the head bone's connected to the ear bone. It is. In this case, it really is. And don't you forget it. Okay, I think we have all of the bones. The bones are there. The bones are boning. Oh wait, we only have half of the bones. We need to go ahead and mirror to the other side. Auto name left, right. And then symmetrize. Now we do have all the bones. There is our one Jolteon armature. And we will automatically weight the armature and see what happens right now as we go into pose mode. And let's turn on auto IK. Look! Look at this. This delights me every time. Like, it's just so fun to play doll with, you know? It looks like the armature got parented pretty well. I mean, you know, there's problems like this. That's certainly a problem. And something happened. Sorry, this is so disturbing. Something happened strange with the. Oh no. Okay, for some reason the middle bones got duplicated. So there's like 2 spines, 2 heads, and such, and that should not have happened. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna edit the bones. Hopefully fix that. T says, looks like a normal dog to me. I know. Okay. I wonder if I can undo far enough to fix it, because it would be annoying to like. I'll just edit it. Get rid of all the .Rs that should not be there. T says, I don't see dogs very often, to be fair. Yeah, I don't think this dog looks quite right. Bones. Okay. I think I got rid of all of the imposter bones, but the relations got messed up, so we need to fix that. Bone 12.L. I'm just making sure the ear is parented to the head bone, the ear bone's connected to the head bone, etc. That way, it's kind of hard to explain quickly, but that way each bone knows what bone should affect the rotation of the bones near it. That doesn't make sense, but hopefully you know what I mean. Okay, that's hooked up. Ears are hooked up, shoulders are hooked up. The thighs are not hooked up. They need to be hooked up to bone.L. Dang, I need my scroll wheel. Bone.L. T says, if a doctor told me that they needed to remove some imposter bones from my spine, I'd be finding a new doctor. Like I said, 3D is... I hope I wasn't muted when I said all this, but 3D is very creepy. Very, very creepy. It's a very creepy thing to do. All right, let me try reparenting that, and hopefully it'll act a little bit better. It still won't act perfectly, but hopefully it'll do better. Yeah. Okay, so now when I'm moving the head, both ears are coming along, which is good. Yeah, this is much better. Okay. So, you know, we could put her in all kind of wonky poses now. Oh, it's really cute though. Okay, so T requested that her head be up, right? And like if she starts looking really deformed, we could go in and edit the bone weights. But I think she's looking fine. Like, for example, when you bend her ear up like this, her eye shouldn't be wiggling around. You don't want to see that. You also probably don't want the spikes to come along with it. So that can be changed. That can be edited pretty easily. No, I say pretty easily. It kind of might be a pain in the butt. But, you know, if you're good at Blender, it would take you like 30 seconds, I guess. Let me see how quick I can fix this. Because I don't want her eye to get caved in when her ear goes up. Okay, so I need to go to weight paint mode. Man, this is where it is bad if you didn't name your bones, because now you don't know which bone to click on over here to like fix what's going on. That's why you need to name your bones, dude. Okay, that's the one I need. So this is the ear bone. Can I rename it here? Well, I don't think I can. I think that would mess it up because those aren't bones actually. Those are vertex groups connected to the bones. So yeah, you can see how the ear is completely red, which means it's completely associated with that part of the mesh, which is good. But all this green should not be there. The green means like it's partially associated and it should not be there. So let's just get rid of it. I think you can use this gradient tool. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness, no. Oh my goodness, no. Okay, there's a way to do this, like, correctly, I think. No. Do I need to turn on auto normalize? All right, let's see if this helps. No. No. In fact, I might crash my computer doing this. Okay, I'm not going to do it with the gradient tool, although I think that's like a amazing tool I just don't really know how to use it, so I'm just gonna paint a weight of 0 onto these areas that don't need don't need to be affected by the ear, basically. It's kind of hard to paint certain areas sometimes if the model is posed. So there's a couple things you can do. You can just reset the pose, which is what I'm going to do. Or you can make a quick little animation between the posed form and the default form. That's what I usually do, but it'll take too long. Okay, hopefully this works now. Still doesn't work because I have no idea why. I always have trouble when I weight paint. It's like, hello, vertices. Don't you see I'm trying to click on you? What is going wrong? Oh, okay, I know what's going wrong. I absolutely know what's going wrong. And it's the fact that I'm trying to paint objects like not connected to the main mesh. I think that's what's going on. But how do I get around that? That is very interesting. I think the easiest way to do it would be to go into edit mode and select these. Go to the vertex group and assign a weight of 0. Did that work? Did not work. Why did that not work? Jolting. Something the matter? Let me just try a few different things. Maybe I can get it to work right. Is it something to do with auto normalize? No. Well, I can paint onto, I can like paint weight onto that. Well, some of that. Maybe my mesh is like inverted weird. I should check on that. With 3D, there's just too many things that can go wrong. No, that's correct. It's all blue. That's what you want to see. It's all blue. Goodness. There must be something. I think I know. I do know what's wrong, and it's terrible. I forgot to apply the mirror modifier. So, okay, I think this is fixable. So we had like the main duplicating on itself. And all the objects we like added in afterward, they were duplicating on themselves. So what we need to do is delete these extra parts. It should be a simple fix, I think. Delete the extra. You know, there's a good way to do this. Select side of active, and then Control-I to invert the selection. Delete the vertices. Then we'll enable the mirror again, and we'll apply the mirror. And then we'll probably have to reparent the armature, but that's fine. Automatic weights. All right. Okay, so we're back to our old problem of the ear, you know, deforming very wrong. But now I think we can fix it easy enough. Let's try the gradient tool again. See if we can get it to work. Gradient tool. Hold on. Gradient tool still seems to be beyond my capabilities. Whoa. Let's try manually now. I sure hope this works. Weight of 0. Seems to be working. Seems to finally be working. Okay, so we're just painting the cheek spikes back to a neutral position so that they don't come with the ear. Some of these vertices are just particular about how you hit them. Maybe if I turn on X-ray? No, that doesn't help. There's probably a much easier way to do this, but I don't think anyone, I don't think I ever watched a good tutorial about weight painting. I just kind of figured out the basics on my own haphazardly. So now we're doing this kind of thing where we're like, how do I do it? I think this is right. Okay. That's a bit better. Still a few areas that are slightly the wrong color, but for the most part, it's correct. All right. Let's go ahead and pose her, and then can we possibly do another Pokemon? Well, I'm going to try. I'm definitely going to try. All right, we'll lift her paw a bit. This paw, as you can see, it needs either weight painting help or, let me zoom in so you can actually see, it needs weight painting help or more geometry because it's not doing too well there, but that's all right. As long as we don't bend it too far, it won't look completely awful. All right, I mean, obviously I could work more on the weight painting and I could fix her up a bit. But I think she's kind of like done. Turn off armature so that the bones are in the way. Move the sunlight around just to see how she's looking. Just some settings. We can make the background a happier color than gray. Like, what would look good with every evolution? Maybe like a Eevee brown or something? Or would that look sickening? For now, that's all right. Let's make the sun brighter. Good. All right, she's looking good. So we will put Jolteon to the side for now and work on someone else. There she goes. T says, is regular old Eevee on your list of evolutions? I do not have Eevee. And my plan for that is maybe Eevee could be a special sort of thing. But for now, we're just getting started. So we'll just stick to vanilla, spin the wheel for an evolution. But Eevee might appear later. I don't know. If Eevee does, it'll be like a special thing. It'd also be nice for me to get Eevee as the Pokemon model because Eevee's a lot simpler. Also, is Jolteon the right size? Yeah. She's about the right size, I think. Good. All right. Are we ready for the wheel? Oh my goodness. We're like 2 hours into this and we're spinning for the second Pokemon. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Let me take a sip of water and let me appraise the wheel really quick. I'm kind of feeling Leafeon, Espeon, or Flareon would be nice right now, but let's see what happens. Please no Sylveon. Please no Jolteon. Please. Stay away, Sylveon. Stay away. Stay away. Okay, good. Okay, it's Vaporeon. It's Vaporeon. This will be a challenge. Oh, I just noticed I never unmuted the background music. Okay. Sorry, I'm a rookie streamer right now because I haven't streamed in so long. Okay, Vaporeon. Let's get right to it. Let's get her body going. Okay. Vaporeon. A lot of times Vaporeon is depicted sitting. So that's an option. We could like model her sitting down, or we could do just like how we did Jolteon, just on all fours. I think sitting would be harder for me at this point, so I'll just do her. I'll do her standing up. All right, let's do this quickly. Because I gotta go to sleep soon. And I still got 99 to go. Next time you get Jolteon, says T, we'll have to do it sitting or sleeping. Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is, do I like, if I want to do a sitting Jolteon, do I model it sitting? Would that be easier? Or do I just model it standing up and then pose it afterward into a sitting position? I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know which would be easier. How am I gonna do this Vaporeon? I don't have a really good reference of Vaporeon standing up. Might need to find one real quick, or this could be a total disaster. We don't have time to find references. We don't have time. I mean, that's semi-correct looking. I always really liked Vaporeon because I always really liked mermaids. So I drew Vaporeon a lot as a teenager. My teenage years were like when I really started getting into digital art and stuff. I just realized the timeline is playing. Don't do that, Blender. Her tail in the Sugimori art is kind of like the fin at the end is very small. I think in the 3D models they corrected that. How do I want to do it? I 3D modeled a Primarina a year or two ago, and I had so much fun with that. I think I only did like her neck up, and I just like pretended she was mostly underwater. And that's a strategy I could do here. T says, I've never been a Vaporeon person, but it is one of the classics, so I can't help but appreciate it. That's true. You always gotta appreciate first gen Pokemon. Even if it's like, I don't know, Exeggutor. Because it is one of the originals. I don't know why I'm just like, oh, the tail is the only thing that exists in this Pokemon. Everything else just doesn't matter, except the tail. T T says the problem with modeling Vaporeon underwater is modeling the water. Well, you're implying that the water needs to look good, I guess. Because you can make water really easily. You can just like make a blue plane and make it metallic so that it's reflective. And boom, it's like basically water. It is nice how in 3D you can add metallic features to materials and, you know, make things mirror on surfaces very easily. It looks really neat. He says it is a defining feature like the butt spikes. Right, it's the butt tail, the butt fish. Right, you're right. Totally right. Okay, let me go ahead and add the color. We'll call this 002 Vaporeon. I also realized I need to update my counter over here. Because we have one entire evolution now. One. Did that update? I hope it did. Yeah, it seems to have. All right, so I also want to add some kind of mechanism for doing shinies in this challenge. I'm not sure what I want to do yet exactly, but that's something to keep in mind. Oh, there's a new, there's like a feature in Blender that I just learned about that I want to try. How do you do it? It's like, I think you select the points you want to manipulate, and then you go to, what is it? What is it? It's like bend or warp or something. Let's see if I can find it. I feel like it should have been under mesh. Transform, okay. Warp, is this it? Or is it bend? I think it's bend. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Not really sure how to control this, but yeah, that sort of worked. Sort of did what I needed it to do, pretty much. I was just trying to get the tail kind of above the green line. Orient it better. So, when Vaporeon walks, does she just drag her tail fin along the floor? I don't know. I need to watch more anime, I guess. The anime would tell me. Okay, here's her neck. Now we need to extrude her head. Oh gosh. How do I want to do this? T says, pretty sure it stays in the air, can't remember. That makes sense, yeah. And I hope it does. I think I'm doing the head, building it out totally different than I did Jolteon. That's the fun part of this challenge. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. Wow, what a head right now. Amazing. What is her head shape like? It is very rounded. She doesn't seem to have much of a snout. She has a bit of a snout, like Jolteon did, but less so, it seems. When I first started working in 3D, I was always really scared to move the vertices around because, you know, when you extrude and start building out, they're very neat, they're very lined up, and then when you start moving them around, you can really easily mess it up. So I was always quite afraid of moving them, but the more I work in 3D, the more it's like, if I mess it up, I know how to fix it. I just kind of experiment as I go. T says, yeah, just checked. In the main games, Vaporeon's tail wobbles back and forth in the air behind her while walking. Oh, okay. That's good to know. So she probably doesn't need her tail just on the green line of the ground like this. But before it was like below the green line of the ground, so we did make an improvement, and we'll have to see where it ends up. How do I want her head to go? She has those frilly fin ears, so I need a model with those in mind. Did I ever 3D model Vaporeon? I might have. I'm getting deja vu about it. Might have done it. Do we go ahead and build out her head fin? Might as well. Oh no, hold on. Gotta adjust my modifier so it doesn't mess up too badly. Hold on, I'm having trouble here. Okay. Mohawk Vaporeon. Beautiful. Man, I don't have a view of her head from the side, which I probably need pretty soon. But I'm just gonna go. Just gonna keep going. See where we end up. Vaporeon is a mega evolution? Is that true? I kind of mostly skipped the game that had mega evolution was X and Y. Kind of didn't really play that series. This is not looking right. The most I know about Mega Evolutions actually is from, what was it called? Pokemon Shuffle. like a mobile game. They had a lot of Mega Evolution stuff. And I'm gonna need to look. I'm gonna need to look at an actual Vaporeon from the side because this ain't right. But it's also kind of comical, and I just want to keep going. T says it gets an extra fin on its head when Mega Evolving, apparently. I miss those games too. Are you sure it's not like a fan Mega? Is it a real Mega? I know a lot of fan versions of Mega Evolutions are out there. Ooh, man, these fins. These fins aren't playing around. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, like, where things just look terrible for a while. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I don't really like modeling things that are thin and flat and wide, like this part. But here we are. Here we go. The trick to modeling something you don't want to model is error, advice not found. Okay. 404. Yeah. Trying to figure out, like, I know the shape is wrong, but before I really fiddle with the shape, I want to figure out if I need extra geometry and where I need to add it, if so. Like, this part that I'm highlighting is very, it feels like it needs more detail there, but like I'm trying to figure out how I would want to add the vertices. Maybe just knife tool it. This song is kind of annoying. I'm gonna forward that part. I have a feeling if I continue this challenge, I'm gonna have a very different method of doing the heads at the end when I get good at this. There's not a good measure of artistry and efficiency here. It's kind of just muddling around right now. But I think it's getting closer, baby step by baby step. Okay, before I do that, I'm gonna get another reference of Vaporeon from the side. Let's see, Vaporeon. from the side. I will only accept official art for this. I kind of feel like her design was not planned out very well from the back when they created her, because like, man, you look at the original yellow, red, blue sprite, the back sprite is just like very, very different than what we have now. Yeah, I don't think her design lends itself well to what's going on in the back of her head. Let me just find... Okay, I think this image will be good to use as reference. Let me get one more. The Heart Gold Soul Silver sprites of Vaporeon are really adorable. Alright. Let's go back to the monstrosity. I feel like the top fin needs to come forward more, yeah. Just a bit more, maybe that was too far. Okay, it's getting there, we're getting there. Think about proportion. Probably move these back some. Kind of maybe liked the stream better without music. Is that just me? I always thought, maybe I'm weird, I always thought streamers should just not have background music and then the viewer can just listen to their own music while they watch the stream. Unless they're like playing a game and the music is atmospheric and important or whatever. T says, I don't mind either way. Yeah, I guess my issue is I just don't have playlists I'm confident in lined up. I would love to just play like music I like on Spotify and stuff, but that's not very legal if I don't have the rights to do that, so. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Getting somewhere with this girl. T says, I think if you were playing a game, you should play the music for the game. Music is too important to the interpretation of a game. Yeah, I agree. I basically agree. Okay, let me work on her legs for just a little bit. want to do it like that. I just added a lot more topology than I wanted. Let me get rid of that. Do an inset. How's that for her front leg? What I've found is it's always better to keep the vertice count, the poly count low until it looks good. Then you increase it. If you increase it too early, before the shapes are right, you're probably gonna have a bad time. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust her proportions because her leg is too big, I guess. Proportions are the hardest thing in art. If you can get them correct, you've cracked the code. You're gonna have good art. Vaporeon has really weak looking legs, which makes sense. Like compared to Jolteon, her legs look very weak. So I have to be sure to let that come across in the model. Or not, I could just go really fast and ignore that. Okay, do we inset this? I think so. Extrude. How's our back leg supposed to look? Something like this. That's looking
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful.
okay.
Every solar computer now has primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Might have to mute the mic for a bit because I think I have people coming into the house who don't know I'm streaming.
Beautiful, beautiful.
But if I mute the mic, I might honestly forget to unmute it like earlier. Okay, that was my husband who came home. Let's see, I'm unmuted, right? Yeah, I gotta check. So I'll probably have to log off in a second here. Let me just find a good stopping point. I gotta get to a point where I don't open up the file and I'm just utterly discouraged. Right? So I guess we got through 1.5 evolutions for this stream, which is probably about what I expected. All right, so I have the body basically blocked out, and let's take one last look at Jolteon. T says only 98.5 to go. Yep. So this is where we'll end it. We have Jolteon finished and Vaporeon is coming along. And we'll have to think of a good pose for her. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to stream this again soon. And we'll get to 100. Don't forget to check out my other videos and check out my comic, which I've linked in the description, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your week.